Welcome to the most important place at the Maryland State Police Headquarters. I'm standing at the Maryland State Police Fallen Heroes Memorial Garden. There's a monument to the members of the Maryland State Police who have lost their lives while serving the people of our state. There's a monument to a Chief Deputy State Fire Marshal from the Office of the State Fire Marshal who lost his life while serving our state. There's also a monument to two Maryland State troopers drafted into military service during World War II who lost their lives in Europe while serving our nation. We will never forget. When I arrived at the State Police Headquarters for the first time as Superintendent, it was a blustery day this past February. As I got out of my vehicle, I did not go directly into the Executive Building. I felt an overwhelming urge to come to this very spot. As I approached the names on the monument behind me, I felt almost like I was being greeted by the most important members of the Maryland State Police. In that moment, it was almost like they were here. I stood in reflection about the heroes listed here. I cannot express to you the impression those moments had on me. I felt empowered by those whose names are on these monuments. I silently pledged to them, like superintendents before me, that we will never forget them or their families, and we will proudly uphold their tradition of service and sacrifice as Maryland's finest. For at least 25 years, the Maryland State Police family has gathered in this location in early May to honor our fallen heroes. For the first time, a worldwide pandemic has prevented us from joining together here as a family. There is nothing any of us imagined that could happen, but it has. Those safety precautions are keeping us apart. I felt it was of utmost importance to fulfill our obligation and ensure our tradition of honoring our fallen continues. Today is the most important day in the Maryland State Police year. Being here is not just an obligation. This is our duty as a Maryland State Police family. It is my honor as superintendent. I can assure you, as long as I am superintendent, regardless of the crisis, we will be here in some way to honor our fallen heroes. Each year during his administration, Governor Larry Hogan has stood beside us. Now he is working around the clock to lead us through a pandemic crisis. He wants each of our fallen hero family members and each of our employees, past and present, to know you are in his thoughts on this day. He has left no doubt about his commitment to the families of our fallen and to the men and women of law enforcement in our state. This memorial was established by the Maryland State Police Alumni Association. President Jack Howard and the membership of this association continue to actively be involved in the support of this memorial and the memories of our fallen heroes. Jack made it clear this year that although we were not having our usual ceremony, the Alumni Association wanted to purchase the wreath we will place at the memorial. I thank Jack Howard, Chuck Cave, and each member of the Alumni Association for their ongoing involvement with this event. I also thank the members of our Facilities Management Division for their involvement and support again this year. Despite not having a public event, the staff approached this like any other year. They have worked and prepared the site here just as if we were having a normal ceremony. I appreciate their work. A new addition to our ceremony this year is the Maryland State Police Rifle Team. Today will be their first appearance at an event, and it is certainly appropriate that they are here. In a letter to citizens in Washington County in 1809, Thomas Jefferson said, "The care of human life and happiness, and not their destruction, is the first and only legitimate object of good government." The origins of the Maryland State Police arose from the necessity of state leaders to provide for, in Jefferson's words, the care of human life. In December 1920, Governor Albert Ritchie announced that he was creating a new state police force that would have statewide responsibility for the enforcement of traffic, and criminal laws. The first Maryland State Police training class commenced on January 10, 1921. 1 month later, Governor Ritchie presided over the graduation of the first 35 Maryland State Police officers. It did not take long for members of the newly formed Maryland State Police to be reminded of the cost of their public service. Less than 7 months later, Officer John Jeffrey was killed while pursuing a motorist on his motorcycle. Unfortunately, the first Maryland State Police fallen hero would not be the last. He would be followed by dozens more brave members of this department who gave their all in public safety service. Fulfilling our motto of integrity, fairness, and service would not be possible without the courage, commitment, honesty, bravery, and dedication exhibited by the men and women who have worn and continue to wear this uniform. The names on this monument are those who possess these qualities in the highest degree. We hold them in our place of highest honor. Their stories are of commitment in the face of challenge, courage in the face of danger, and sacrifice when called upon to give their all. With each new day and new patrol, an inherent danger is always present. It is something our troopers usually learn to deal with. Understandably, it is something the families of our troopers never learn to deal with. There are many, many things that I'm proud of about the Maryland State Police. One that makes me most proud is the willingness and ability of our employees, both sworn and civilian, to get the job done regardless of assignment. Despite the difficulty or the danger, the members of the Maryland State Police accept the orders of the governor and those appointed above them, and they move ahead with courage, initiative, ingenuity, and commitment. I've seen that commitment during the past 3 months. Just days after becoming superintendent, I was involved in my first briefing about the coronavirus. Not long after that, our troopers and deputy state fire marshals were given additional assignments related to the education about and the enforcement of the governor's executive orders. Through their dedication to duty, our personnel have set the standard across Maryland for commitment to this mission. They have not relented in the face of uncertainty about the risks they may face. As always, we are fully engaged in the business of saving lives. Dedication to duty, in spite of the danger, is the legacy of the Maryland State Police. That is why 70 years ago this year, Trooper First Class Lauren Ridge responded to a disturbance knowing the suspect was armed and had already fired a shot. He confronted the man and disarmed him with one gun before the suspect pulled a hidden handgun and shot him. Dedication to duty is why Corporal Ted Wolf stopped one more speeder on I-95 during night patrol 30 years ago this year. His dedication to duty is why 25 years ago, Trooper First Class Eddie Plank did not ignore the signs of criminal activity in the car he stopped for speeding. When he went back to the car to confront the drug smuggling driver, he was shot and killed. Trooper First Class Ed Totley's dedication to duty led him to be in a car on a side street in Washington, D.C., working undercover as part of a federal drug task force 20 years ago this year. He was shot and killed by a drug dealer. Trooper First Class Wesley Brown's dedication to duty was no secret to anyone, including the dozens of young people he was mentoring, both on and off the job. He was working security part-time to raise money to help those kids. After removing a disorderly man from a restaurant, TFC Brown was standing in the parking lot when the suspect came back and shot him without warning. Next month will be the 10th anniversary of his death. While we remember the dedication to duty exhibited by our fallen, we cannot forget their families. Each of our police survivors was dedicated to their trooper or their deputy state fire marshal. Your dedication, support, and encouragement helped keep them in a job that was difficult, but one they loved doing. Your commitment kept you in a relationship despite knowing your loved one could be called upon to make the ultimate sacrifice. To each of our fallen hero family members, please know we continue to stand with you. We can be counted on to be beside you in the months and years to come. So today, we pause to remember and reflect on the lives, the dedication to duty, and the sacrifices of our fallen heroes. Today, we also recommit ourselves to the work set before us, the most important work of government, providing for public safety. It is the work the fallen heroes of the Maryland State Police have given their lives for. It is the work we will continue to fulfill as we carry on the traditions of Maryland's finest.
Move. Ready. Aim. Fire. Ready. Aim. Fire. Ready. Aim. Fire. Ready. Present arms.